this video, I'll let you know who invented the car. First, I bet you're hoping to get a simple answer. Well, strap yourselves in and get ready for a bumpy ride, because highlighting one person for the creation of the automobile is a tricky task. Let's get started. Now we're in 1886 with German Carl Benz, the founder of the Benz Motor Car No. 1 company, a three-wheeled vehicle which is classed as the first modern car. This was the first link between cars and the horse-drawn vehicles of yesteryear. Benz patented multiple designs within the car he created, including the gear shifts, throttle system, and carburetor. As a mechanical engineer, he used the profits from his first business to create prototypes for what would soon become a car. His wife would test out the vehicles to drive their teenage sons about 62 miles to her mother's home. Once successful trips were made, he showcased the Model 3 motor wagon the following year, Benz creating a patent for the first gasoline-powered car. It was in fact Frenchman Nicolas Joseph Cugnot who built the first self-propelled steam engine in 1769. The machine could move at around 2 to 3 kilometers an hour for 20 minutes before it required more steam. At the time, it was used to transport artillery equipment. Going back in time a little bit more to 1680 was Christian Huygens, who actually designed the first internal combustion engine, which could be fueled by gunpowder, but he never built it. The design was basically that fuel pushed a piston through a cylinder, which turned a crankshaft connected to the vehicle's wheel and propelled it forward. The idea of the car also came much earlier than that, in the early 1500s. Famous artist Leonardo da Vinci painted a horseless, mechanized cart, which would have probably sounded ludicrous at the time it was sketched. Slightly later, in 1600, Dutchman Simon Stevin created sailing chariots which used the wind to travel across the China Seas. When Westerners first visited, he built a vessel that transported nearly 30 people 2 hours across the water, a total distance of about 40 miles.
Imagine the world without a car. It's hard to imagine a world without cars, as they have become such an integral part of our daily lives. However, a world without cars would likely be much quieter, cleaner, and more environmentally friendly. People might rely more on public transportation, biking, walking, or even new forms of technology for getting around. It's an interesting thought experiment to consider how our society would adapt and evolve in a car-free world. The use of horses for transportation would have likely influenced social interactions and cultural practices in different ways. Additionally, the development of technologies related to cars, such as highways and traffic management systems, would not have occurred. Positively, a decline in vehicular traffic could lead to a notable decrease in both air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Nonetheless, the extent of these environmental benefits would hinge on a public willingness to embrace alternative transportation methods and the ability of public transit system to absorb and efficiently manage a surge in ridership. Transportation disruption. Individuals who depend heavily on cars might encounter difficulties in commuting to work, school, or while running errands. Public transportation systems could become initially overloaded, and as a result, walking or cycling may emerge as more prevalent alternatives. In other words, whether there are some negative effects that causes of cars in our environment, we as humans, we still need a car, and thanks for the technology who really fulfill its job to help out society. Imagining the world without a car is really a nightmare for us. And that's all. Thanks for watching.